Evolution Consulting Info Update videos, as they have come to be known. This one being recorded on the 21st of March, 2017, at about 3:30, so about a half hour left of trading left in the trading day. Thankfully for some traders, although if you are along the metals ETFs today, including our perennial favorites, pretty good day all around. As we forecasted, guys, we said as a result of the rate hike, watch metals markets just do the Phil Collins and not care anymore, and that's exactly what they've done, guys. So for those of you that read Switch and Signal, you certainly would have had an advanced knowledge of that. As far as capital markets go, guys, we said they're going to trend higher. That does not mean vertical up, straight up every single day, but the trend is still certainly on your Dow, your S&P, and your NASDAQ side is certainly going to be higher for reasons we have once again outlined in both Switch and Signal, as well as the most recent February edition, which we sent out in March, of Wirehouse. Speaking of, guys, the whole point of this info update, this is not a told you so, well, it kind of is in a way, but it's not a told you so haha type of video, guys. This is more of a house cleaning, housekeeping kind of info update kind of video, and as it pertains to our subscription services, all right, or the lack thereof very soon. Unfortunately, for those of you guys that are subscribing to Wirehouse and have become very accustomed to that level of information, that deep level stuff, and for those of you that subscribe to Switch and Signal, guys, June is going to be the last month that we are producing Wirehouse and Switch and Signal. We did kind of mention that. We said we have a lot of stuff going on here. We have a lot of projects going on here, guys, and I'll be very forward with you, and I'm going to tell you something I've said a million times already, which is the Ultra system and the 4.0 system, guys. Those are two systems that were no way designed for only public information sharing. It's not why I built the program. It's not why the development team put the effort and the energy in that they did to develop these two programs. Okay, guys, what we have been through since 2013. Latter portion of 2013 into now current time, it has been effectively two very important development phases of the Evolution 4.0 and ultimately the Evolution Ultra system. Okay. As we've said so often, if you walk up to somebody on the street and you say, "Hey, I built a program. It's 96%, 95%, 90%, whatever you want to see. Whatever you want to call it at this point. It's a proven fact. But I built a program that's 90% accurate. They're going to look at you like you're out of your mind. And, you have to prove the point. And that's exactly what we've been doing, guys, with these, with the 4.0 system and the Ultra system and components thereof. So there's that. But guys, we are coming up on the end of what is effectively our second. Just to prove the point, second test of concept phase. Now, we had no intentions of doing the second test of concept phase publicly, okay? The first one we had to prove the point that, the system that we built is viable, it's accurate, and it works. And we did some really deep level research with a component of the evolution system, which is known as Looking Glass, okay? Still is. So for those of you that remember that, that was our first test of concept phase, guys. Had no intentions of ever really doing public information sharing beyond, that one individualized test of concept. We had a pretty good response, pretty good turnout. People were fairly interested in it. I had a hell of a lot of fun doing these. Okay, so we said, screw it, why not? And, we did our second test of concept phase publicly, guys. But what we're coming up on now is more of a production development stage, okay? Which means it's going to take a tremendous amount of time to do. It's not that it's going to be tedious, but it is going to require a tremendous amount of time now to refine the Ultra and the 4.0 system to the so-called next level. All right, and that is not a test of concept phase or a proof of concept phase or a production phase that we are going to be doing publicly. Okay, so Switch and Signal subscribers, Wirehouse subscribers, June, the end of June is going to be your last issue. All subscriptions will be canceled July 1st. Okay, so there's that. As of May 1st, you probably will not see the subscription buttons available anymore for Wirehouse and Switch and Signal. All right, so that's the bad news. What's the good news, Nick? Well, there is some good news. We are going to continue to do the Grant Street Notes series, okay? Because ultimately, just in the interest of the commercial viability of the systems and the program that we built here, guys, we do still want to maintain that track record of accuracy. So on the upside, we are still going to make the Grant Street Notes annual guides available each year. So there'll be a 2018 guide, a 2019 guide, and hopefully 2020 guide, okay, just to keep you guys up to date on what's going on in the wonderful world of economics and finance and geopolitics. So we are going to continue doing those, and those are easier for me to do, guys. You have to realize, for me to sit down, like, we don't we don't send out, we don't consider Wirehouse a newsletter. Okay, a newsletter is 5 pages long. All right. Wirehouse, in some cases, is 35, 40, 50 pages, guys, of deep level research. And that means we have to set those search parameters. We have to actually do the research. We have to translate the data, and then yours truly has to put it into that editorial format that you guys have come to hopefully know and enjoy. So there's that. It's a lot of effort. I'm the only one doing the front end side of this stuff. Okay, so all the information sharing, the graphics, the lower thirds down there, all that stuff, that's yours truly. That is well above and beyond what those interested parties behind evolution ever asked us to do. That is completely of my own volition. Okay, but it does take a tremendous amount of time, and it does take a tremendous amount of effort. And now, as we transition in now to the point where we're going to be working on some what we consider flagship accomplishment programs for the Ultra and the 4.0 system, guys, including a couple of projects for which they were purpose-built for. All right, it's just if we're not able to share the information, in a presentation style, commiserate with the quality of the information, guys, I said we're not going to do it anymore. So we're at that point now. All right, and I understand that, as far as our subscription base, I know we have a way smaller subscription base than a lot of the guys out there that do the doom and gloom, the Schmiedas and the Schmegmas and the Jubilee years and all that bullshit, okay? And I'm fine with that, guys, and I will say this on behalf of all of our Evolution Consulting readers, followers, guys that I chat with sometimes on almost a daily basis through a messaging platform that we use. All right, you guys are awesome, and you really are. I knew it from day one. I said, we do a second test of concept phase. So we're going to have a way smaller subscription base, a way smaller following than most of the other guys that are out there that are telling you what you want to hear, okay? And I'm okay with that. I knew that going into this. I knew that signing up, and it's not, I'm proud of it, all right? Just because, if nothing else, guys, hopefully you guys respect us here for telling you the way it is and not telling you what you want to hear, all right? And we've been proven, I don't know how many times at this point, accurate, and I forget who said it, but there's a quote out there, guys, and it says, you're doing it right if you're judged by your worst day. And every once in a while we'll have some asshat on Twitter pop up and say, what about, and it's like one of the 2 or 3 things that we we freely admit it, guys. We're not like, no, shit, we'll screw one up, we'll tell you when we do, like it's a VSTO, Nordstrom, some of those equity picks, guys, they were really crap equity picks, and it just, we saw the information, we made an inference from, we were wrong. Wow, And the thing is, though, we have so few of those, I can actually recite most of them off the top of my head, okay? So if that's the case of being judged by your worst day, guys, we must be doing something right over here, because I've actually gotten too lazy and almost too bored to continue to put up the haha told you so stuff on the site. So there's that. But again, going into this, I knew that we were going to have a smaller subscription base and a smaller following, and it just goes to show you guys, there's a reason there's a 90% and a 10%. It's because 90% of the people on this planet, I will tell you from doing plenty of research, if nothing else, one of the inferences that I can make is that 90% of the people on this planet desperately want their version of bullshit to be considered true, and it's not. All right, so you can infer from that what you may, but at the end of the day, guys, I'm very happy. I am. I'm thrilled that I got to do a second public test of content, and the dev team knows I enjoy this stuff, okay? But there comes a point where we have to really start to look at the effort versus the reward, the amount of time we spend doing this versus the amount of time we can devote to some larger and significantly more important projects and stuff like that. So, guys, again, in the interest of being honest with you, we're letting you know how it is. It's not something that we're just pulling out of the blue. We told you for a month or 2 now, or 3, that we're getting to the point now where we're coming up on our end of our final test of concept phase. And, we're going to be transitioning into what I comically refer to as corporate obscurity, which is why people often joke around. They say, well, Nick, with this program that you built, or, you and the dev team, you guys can be rich and famous. And I said, and I wish to be neither of those. I want to be wealthy and obscure. There's a difference, okay? But in terms of the in terms of going forward, guys, we are still going to make the Grant Street Notes guides available, because I can sit down in December, usually starting the beginning of December, the end of November, guys, and I can put those together. We were a little bit late this year, or a lot of bit late this year. We still have the Chaos Guide that I'm literally, as soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to work on to get that out to everybody. We have the Alternative Investment Guide. But on that note, if you guys have any suggestions for Grant Street Notes reports for the 2018 series, email us. Let us know. All right, we're not pinned to those 5 topics. We just picked those. We picked topics for the Grant Street Notes that we know we have enough research on to really do a nice presentation and a really in-depth analysis. So if you guys come up with something that, like that alternative investment guide that we're in the process of putting together, and the Chaos Trading Guide, that's your guys' idea. Same thing with the macro overview, which is probably one of the best pieces we've ever produced here. The macro overview guide was kind of your guys' idea. Our readers and our subscribers, our Twitter followers, whatever. You guys came up with that. They were like, well, why not a one-stop shop guide so we get an idea of all different industry sectors? And we were like, okay, great idea. Let's do it. So we have that latitude here. We have that liberty here. We're not, it doesn't have to be, the same 5 guides every year. So if you guys have, an idea for the Grant Street Notes guides, let us know. We will be more than happy. If we can compile enough information on it, we'll do it. Okay? So there's that. We'll probably do the podcast as well, especially the audio podcast. I mean, it's really not that much effort for yours truly to sit down here and kind of do an audio book version or a 1-hour primer guide version of research that we've done anyway. But for me to sit down and do those once-a-week guides, once-a-month guides, it's just we have so much going on here, and I'm not going to half-ass it, okay? So there's that. And it was just an interesting, I have to say this, as I'm kind of going on here, one of the things that I kind of figured out real quick is that I could have made, and hopefully, again, you guys respect it, we could have made a hell of a lot more money here, guys, doing public information sharing. I mean, thankfully, we have interested parties behind Evolution Consulting that just consider the public information sharing. They're like, well, if you want to do it and you're interested in making your own program commercially viable, they're like, you can. So, and they encouraged me to do it, which was kind of cool. But in terms of, I actually lost my train of thought there. That doesn't really happen very often now, does it? But, in terms of where we're kind of going from here, all right, guys, again, it just, it reverts back to the fact that if I can't, share this information, or if I'm not able to share this information with the level of presentation you guys have come to know and expect, we're not going to do it. But what I was getting at earlier is, in terms of having a smaller subscription base and all that fun stuff, guys, I knew that. And like I said, we could have made a hell of a lot more money, okay? So I was trying to mention earlier. We could have made a hell of a lot more money, guys, if I came on and I told you guys what you thought you wanted to hear. And trust me, I can do it. Probably better than most people, okay? I don't have any desire to do that. All right, again, hopefully that's something that you guys respect, all right, and you respect of the dev team, because that's not the business that we're in. There are plenty of voices out there. We say it so often. There are plenty of voices out there that will tell you what you want to hear or what you think you want to hear, and then there's the way it's going to be, and that's kind of what we've been sharing. That's why we've been so accurate. Okay, there is a reality, folks, and we have thankfully been able to develop a program that that has really got a handle on what's going on. That's really got a great picture of forward-looking trend forecast, and that's what we've been sharing with you. But in terms of our public information sharing as a business, guys, it isn't as much of an effort in validating the accuracy of the program. We called it paid training, but really, that's what it's come down to. And again, I mean, if nothing else, guys, out of the last, I mean, we've been doing Evolution now for almost 2 years. Prior to that, we did something else. I'm not going to mention what it is. If you're clever enough to Google it, really not rocket science, you can figure out what that is. We did that for 2.5 years. So, guys, we have about a 5-year proven track record of sustained accuracy. We didn't get lucky, is what I'm getting at. We work damn hard to make sure that the program is as accurate as it is. And you guys have only seen the 5 years of public information sharing. That doesn't count the the years leading up to the point where the program was in major development mode. All right. So apart from that, guys, hopefully you guys all respect us for that. I did want to say a very sincere thank you. We got an honorable mention from Jim Willie, whom the Golden Jackass, as he is known. We got a mention in one of his articles. I think it's on the Silver Doctors or something like that. So kudos, sincere thanks to him. Speaking of kudos and sincere thanks, last market update video, I said I was going to be on Dr. Janda's show April 26th. Wrong. March 26th. All right, so that's next weekend. March 26th, we'll be on there talking about all things finance, geopolitics related, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And as long as we're on a thank you rampage, Thank you very much to all of our Evolution Consulting readers and subscribers. Guys, we are going to continue doing these market update videos here and there. Okay, again, proven track record. If we come up with something major, i.e. Brexit, i.e. an election forecast, i.e. a major monetary policy decision or a major market trend, guys, we're still going to put those up because we do capitalize on the timestamp from YouTube. So there is no dispute as to when something was said or how something was said or the contextual usage of our forecast or the contextual validity of our forecasting. Yeah, so I'm still going to keep putting these up, guys, when I get a free minute to do them. Certainly around, it's not going to be, every other week or anything like that, but if we come up on some major stuff, again, we will put those up in the interest of, ensuring that we have like I said, for the interest of commercial viability, our track record. As it is, we have a 2-year track record now. We just put some white papers together for the Ultra system, and our proven track record of accuracy, guys, is 24 pages long, time-stamped and validated. There are not a lot of other systems out there that have that. Matter of fact, I don't know of any other ones that have that kind of proven track record. So, as I often say, there's that. Also, I know you guys have come to get used to our instant gratification response on Twitter. Okay, you guys have questions or you have thoughts, whatever. You pop them up on Twitter, and in 4 seconds I respond because that's just the kind of guy I am. Call me Captain Instant Gratification, if you will. As of June 30th, guys, we're going to be closing our Twitter account because we just don't have the time to devote to that. And again, if we're not going to do it right, we're not going to do it at all. And you guys just don't realize how much time that takes. Every time, oftentimes, you guys ask a question on Twitter. Okay, I'll do a quick surface scan before I answer that. So that's just kind of giving away the farm, so to speak, which we are no longer going to do. We are very well aware of the fact that the system we have here is tremendously valuable, and we're starting to see that value in it now. And not that we haven't, but other people are starting to see the value in the system now, which is kind of what we built it for. So that being said, guys, again, for the time being, if you would like to contact us, it usually is somewhere over there. There it is. Look at that. Perfect. Info at evolutionconsulting.world. Info at evolutionconsulting.world. If you wish to email us, and again, we encourage you, please do. We do like hearing from you guys. And also, we have, if you do want to follow us on Twitter up until June 30th, it is at Evo_consultants, at Evo_consultants. You can follow us along there. All right, so occasionally we do get on a mood there, and that's one of the reasons we're closing our Twitter account. But that said, guys, again, a very sincere thank you to all our Evolution readers and our followers. Hopefully, guys, we're helping you make a buck. Okay, and at the very least, beyond that, one of the things that we wanted to do, I'll conclude with this, guys. One of the things that we really wanted to do is there's plenty of newsletters, there's plenty of stuff you can subscribe to out there that's going to tell you when to buy and when to sell, and that's it, or what to buy and what to sell. And if that's what you're after, that's great. Subscribe to them. Go for it. Okay? What we're after, though, is we want our readers and our subscribers to have a deeper understanding of the mechanics behind what's going on. From a social architecture perspective, from a civilization level perspective, from an evolution of the, dare we say, civilization on this planet perspective. All right, so that's where we like to think, and where we know for a fact, based upon our email feedback, our narrative and our system differs from anything else that's out there, at least our presentation style. All right, and like I said, and folks that we've even done custom reports for, we are those guys. You ask us what time it is, we will tell you how to build a watch. All right, and I've been told many times in my life I'm boring, and that's annoying, whatever the case may be. To me, it's more about making sure those that want to know do. All right, I don't know how to put that any other way. So, again, in a world where there's plenty of bullshit out there, guys, we try to share, what we can as far as truth goes. And with that being said, guys, again, a very sincere thanks to everybody that's been reading and subscribing. Like I said, we'll continue to do these in the Grand Street Notes Guides. Don't be surprised if you see a brand new Evolution Consulting website up soon. We're probably going to be getting on that in the not too distant future. So again, guys, thank you very much. As always, be good. Everything, despite what you've been told, really is a transaction.